In the early 1980s, a man arrived at New York's JFK Airport. He had a suitcase. He had hope, but he didn't know that he would not leave this airport for the next 18 years. This is the true story of Viktor Navorsky. Viktor came from a small Eastern European country to the United States. But while he was flying, something unbelievable happened. A war broke out in his country. The government collapsed, and suddenly, his passport became invalid. When Viktor landed in New York, immigration officers stopped him. They told him something shocking. You cannot enter the United States, and you cannot go back to your country. In one moment, Viktor became a man without a country. He was legally stuck inside JFK Airport. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months, and months into years. Viktor slept on airport chairs. He washed himself in public bathrooms. He survived by collecting lost luggage carts and returning bottles for spare change. Airport staff laughed at him at first. Some ignored him. But Viktor never lost his dignity. Slowly, something changed. Workers began to respect him. A security guard brought him food. A cleaner became his friend. Shop owners trusted him. Viktor learned English by listening to travelers. He helped people translate languages. He even fixed broken airport machines. The airport became his home, and strangers became his family. After 18 long years, the war in his country ended. His passport was finally valid again. On the day Viktor was allowed to leave the airport, people stood and watched silently. The man who entered as a nobody left as a legend. This is not just a story about America. This is a story about patience, dignity, and hope. Sometimes, life traps us in places we never chose. But how we survive those places defines who we truly are. After 18 long years, the war in Viktor's country finally ended. His passport became valid again. One quiet morning, Viktor was called to immigration. This time, the officer smiled. "You are free to go." As Viktor walked out of JFK Airport, the world felt overwhelming. Cars moved too fast. People rushed everywhere. Freedom felt unfamiliar. But Viktor stepped forward. The same airport workers who once saw him as invisible now helped him find a job. He worked hard, never complained, never forgot where he came from. For the first time in 18 years, he slept on a real bed and cried. Years later, Viktor became a legal resident. He was invited to speak about his experience. Standing before a crowd, he said, "I lost my country, but I found my humanity." He spoke about loneliness, about patience, about small acts of kindness that saved his life. A sandwich, a smile, a simple good morning. One evening, Viktor returned to JFK Airport, not as a prisoner, but as a visitor. He watched travelers rushing past, chasing dreams. He helped a lost passenger find the right gate. Then he smiled, because Viktor understood something most people never do. Life is not about how fast you move forward. It is about who you become when you are forced to wait. This is not just a story from the USA. It is a human story, and it reminds us all, no matter where life stops you, no matter how long the delay, as long as you keep hope alive, your story is never over.